According to the World Health Organization, non-communicable chronic diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, kidney disease, and osteoarthritis, are the leading causes of declining health and reduced quality of life in people over the age of 60. A recent report from the National Institutes of Health in 2023 shows that more than 70% of older adults have at least one metabolic disorder related to diet. Most people do not realize this because these conditions often develop quietly over many years. At this age, you may begin to notice some familiar signs. Each morning, your knees feel stiff and sore. You may need to pause for a few seconds before you can walk properly. Your grip feels weaker. Sometimes there's a sharp pain in the wrist, for no clear reason. Or there's simply a lasting sense of tiredness, even though you sleep enough and eat on time. Many people believe seafood is good, for memory, for joints, just eat more of it. That's true, but only when you choose the right kinds. After the age of 60, your body no longer processes food the way it used to. It becomes slower at breaking things down, removing waste, and repairing damage. This means the liver handles fat more slowly, the kidneys remove toxins less efficiently, and joint cartilage begins to wear away without healing on its own. At this stage, foods that seem healthy, if misunderstood, can become a burden. For example, some types of seafood may raise blood cholesterol suddenly, trigger flare-ups of joint inflammation, or lead to heavy metal buildup, which can affect kidney function. The most difficult part is, these effects don't happen right away. They build up quietly, over months, or even years. But on the other hand, some types of seafood, rarely mentioned, can actually help. If used properly, they may support joint repair, soften the skin, reduce inflammation, and improve the immune system, naturally. This video will help you. Understand 4 types of seafood to avoid, as they may quietly harm the heart, liver, kidneys, and digestion, especially in older adults. And discover 4 safe, nourishing seafoods that are rich in nutrients for people over 60 to help ease pain, feel lighter, and grow stronger day by day. Every piece of information I share here is sourced from trusted organizations like WHO, NIH, CDC, and Harvard, so you can follow each small step with peace of mind. Let us begin. Not to restrict or cut things out, but to understand what your body truly needs and care for it more gently every single day. Four types of seafood to avoid. 1. Squid. When it comes to common seafood, squid is one of the most popular. From crispy fried squid, stir-fried dishes, to spicy grilled skewers, many people consider it nutritious, affordable, and easy to cook. I used to think the same, until I started working more closely with cardiologists and geriatric nutritionists. Only then did I realize that squid is not as harmless as we often believe. Why does squid seem healthy, but may cause harm after 60? The main nutrient in squid is protein. It contains very little fat. That's why many people assume it is good for older adults, especially for those trying to lose weight, eat less salt, or avoid greasy foods. However, there is one important detail many people miss. Just 85 grams of cooked squid, about one small portion, contains up to 198 milligrams of cholesterol. That is nearly 65% of the recommended daily limit. And that is just in one small serving. In younger people, a healthy liver can still process and eliminate this amount. But after the age of 60, the situation changes. Over time, the liver becomes less able to break down blood fats. Its ability to process cholesterol also slows down. This means bad cholesterol, LDL, builds up more easily in the blood vessels. The arteries lose flexibility, leading to a higher risk of narrowing and blockages. What's more worrying is that these changes often cause no clear symptoms, not until there is a sudden spike in blood pressure or an unexpected heart attack. A study published in Nutrients in 2021 looked at adults aged 60 and over. It found that those who consumed high amounts of cholesterol daily had a 43% higher risk of arterial stiffness and a 31% higher risk of heart attacks and strokes compared to people with better cholesterol control. What's concerning is that most high-risk individuals didn't realize it. They chose foods they thought were high in protein, low in fat, such as squid, prawns, organ meats, or chicken giblets. Squid doesn't just affect the heart. It may also trigger gout. Squid is also high in purines. These are compounds that break down into uric acid in the body. When the kidneys are weak, as is common in older adults, uric acid is not cleared out quickly. It begins to form crystals in the joints. The result is sudden joint pain, often starting in the big toe, ankle, or knee, redness, swelling, heat, and pain, severe enough to make walking difficult. This is gout. I believe many of you have heard of it, or have experienced it. According to a 2020 study in the Journals of Gerontology, older adults who eat purine-rich foods like squid 2 or more times per week have a 54% higher risk of developing gout. The issue is not that squid is a harmful food. The problem is that a weakened body cannot handle added strain. I have seen many cases where people simply ate dried squid weekly, or were fond of deep-fried squid, and suddenly their blood markers worsened. Blood pressure became unstable. Blood fats spiked. Joint pain returned. Only after this did some people look back and say, "The food I thought was healthy was actually wearing my body down every day." Still want to eat squid? Here's how to do it safely. I understand many of you still enjoy squid for its unique taste, because it's easy to prepare, or because it reminds you of earlier years. No one is saying you must stop eating it. But after the age of 60, moderation becomes important. Here are some practical tips. Eat squid no more than once a month. Choose fresh squid. Steam lightly or stir-fry with vegetables. Avoid deep frying or grilling until it is charred. Eat it at lunchtime, when digestion works best. Add fiber-rich foods to the meal, like boiled vegetables, winter melon soup, or steamed beans, to help lighten the load on the liver and kidneys. Most importantly, if you have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, or are taking anti-inflammatory medicine, speak with your doctor before eating squid. A gentle reminder, every food has value, when used for the right person, at the right time, and in the right way. But at this stage of life, the body does not recover as quickly as before. That is why choosing the right foods is important, not only to reduce illness, but to help you feel lighter, sleep better, ease pain, and live more comfortably each day. If you have been eating squid out of habit, try pausing for a few weeks. See how your body responds. You may notice less joint pain, better digestion, more stable blood pressure, all without making any big changes at all. 2. Imitation crab, surimi. You may have seen it often. Those red and white crab sticks commonly appear in sushi, seafood salads, or Asian-style soups. They look, smell, and even taste like real crab, but in reality, they are not crab at all. This food is called imitation crab, or surimi. It is a seafood substitute made by grinding white fish and mixing it with starch, coloring, flavorings, and preservatives. Many older adults choose imitation crab because it seems easy to eat, convenient, and low cost. They assume It's seafood, so it must be fine. But in truth, this is one of the processed foods that can disrupt metabolism and increase health risks in people over the age of 60. What is inside imitation crab? Imitation crab contains no actual crab meat. Its main ingredients typically include cheap white fish, such as pollock, finely ground, refined starch, usually from wheat or cassava, sugar, salt, vegetable oil, and artificial sweeteners, coloring agents, artificial flavors, and preservatives such as sorbitol or sodium benzoate. At first glance, this might not seem harmful, but when we look at its effects on older adults, we can see how these small risks may build up. A study published in Clinical Nutrition, 2020, followed a group of people over 60 who ate surimi 3 times a week. The results showed their insulin levels were 2.6 times higher than those who did not eat it. Their post-meal blood sugar also spiked more quickly. The reason lies in the type of starch used in surimi. It is refined starch, similar to what is found in white bread or instant noodles. Once digested, it quickly turns into sugar, causing blood glucose to rise sharply. This is particularly dangerous for people with prediabetes, insulin resistance, or those taking diabetes medication. Effects on older adults go beyond blood sugar. Imitation crab also contains a relatively high amount of salt. Just one small portion, around 100 grams, can contain up to 700 milligrams of sodium, nearly 1/3 of the recommended daily limit, according to the American Heart Association. This means if you add some fish sauce or eat another salty dish in the same meal, your total daily sodium can exceed safe levels. For people with high blood pressure, mild kidney issues, or those on diuretics, this high sodium can cause water retention, headaches, swollen limbs, or dizziness after eating. In addition, the artificial colors, like red preservatives and flavor enhancers in surimi, may irritate the intestinal lining, leading to bloating or digestive discomfort. Disrupt the gut microbiota, reducing nutrient absorption. A common misunderstanding I've often heard people say, "It says made from fish, so I thought it was as safe as fresh fish." But in reality, once the fish is ground and mixed with sugar, starch, salt, and chemicals, its nutritional value drops significantly. You get almost no omega-3, no B vitamins, no natural minerals, but you do take in added salt, sugar, and additives. Compared to real fish, such as steamed salmon or grilled mackerel, imitation crab offers little nutritional benefit and may even be harmful if eaten often. If you are currently eating imitation crab, what should you do? I'm not saying you must stop completely right away. But if you have issues with blood sugar, such as prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, are taking blood pressure medicine or diuretics, often feel tired after meals, bloated, or slightly dizzy when eating this food, then it is best to stop using it entirely. Switch to natural, safer seafood options. Better alternatives: real crab or steamed fish. If you enjoy the taste of crab, choose real crab. It may cost more, but the health benefits are far greater. Sea crab, high in protein, low in fat, rich in zinc, selenium, and vitamin B12. Salmon, rich in omega-3, suitable for steaming, grilling, or light sauces. Mackerel, sardines, or herring, budget-friendly and full of healthy fats. When cooking, try to steam gently with ginger or spring onion to preserve the natural sweetness. Avoid frying. Pair with boiled vegetables, brown rice, or light soups to reduce blood sugar spikes. A reminder, you may have thought, this food is convenient. Eating a small amount probably won't hurt. But once you pass the age of 60, it is the small things, meal after meal, that add up. No one is telling you not to enjoy food, but I hope you will eat more mindfully. Know what you are eating, and choose foods that nourish your body, instead of wearing it down. 3. Scallops. Scallops have long been seen as a luxury type of seafood. They are often found in both Western and Asian dishes. Their white, soft, slightly sweet flesh is served in fine dining restaurants, usually with cream sauces or olive oil. Many older adults also favor scallops because they are easy to chew, easy to digest, and have a mild taste. However, this gentleness is only on the surface. For people over the age of 60, scallops can pose risks to the kidneys and metabolism if consumed in the wrong way or too frequently. Why are scallops a hidden risk for older adults? The first thing you need to know is that scallops are filter feeders. They live on the seabed and filter seawater through their bodies to collect nutrients. But this mechanism also makes scallops prone to accumulating environmental pollutants, especially heavy metals. One of the most dangerous of these is cadmium. Cadmium, the silent enemy of the kidneys. Cadmium is a metal found in marine sediment, industrial waste, and polluted waters. When it enters the body, it is not easily removed. It gradually accumulates, particularly in the kidneys, your body's main blood-filtering organs. According to a study published in Toxicology Reports, 2022, each 100-gram portion of scallops may contain up to 180 micrograms of cadmium. The World Health Organization, WHO, recommends a weekly limit of 7 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. For a 70-kilogram person, this equals around 490 micrograms per week. If you eat scallops several times a week, or eat them along with other bottom-dwelling shellfish like clams or mussels, you could exceed this safety threshold without realizing it. What happens when cadmium builds up? Cadmium does not cause symptoms immediately, but over time it silently damages the cells of the kidney tubules, which are responsible for filtering waste from the blood. As kidney function declines, you may experience unexplained fatigue, frequent urination, especially at night, protein in the urine, proteinuria, uncontrolled high blood pressure, even when on medication. If not detected early, chronic kidney decline can progress silently for years. Eventually, you may become dependent on medication, a strict diet, or even require dialysis. Scallops are not as nutritious as you might think. Many people believe scallops are heart-healthy simply because they are seafood. In reality, compared to other options like salmon, sardines, or oysters, the nutritional value of scallops is quite low, especially in terms of omega-3, a vital nutrient that reduces inflammation, increases blood vessel flexibility, supports memory and joint health. 100 grams of scallops contain only about 30 milligrams of EPA and DHA. In contrast, 100 grams of salmon contains over 1,000 milligrams, and 100 grams of oysters provides more than 500 milligrams. This means that if you are eating scallops, hoping to improve heart health or joint pain, you may be relying on the wrong food. Who should be careful? And how should scallops be eaten? If you fall into any of the following groups, consider scallops with caution. History of kidney disease or mild kidney impairment. Long-term high blood pressure. Taking diuretics or blood pressure medication. Signs of chronic fatigue, swollen limbs, or frequent nighttime urination. If you do not have underlying health conditions, you may still eat scallops, but limit how often. Safe usage guidelines. Eat no more than 1 to 2 times per month. Limit each serving to 100 grams, around 4 to 6 small scallops. Steam or lightly grill. Avoid deep frying or rich cream or butter sauces. Eat during the daytime. Avoid eating late at night, as the kidneys filter more slowly. Pair with plenty of boiled vegetables to support elimination. Better alternatives. If you are looking for seafood, that is, high in protein, low in toxins, beneficial for joints, heart, and brain, then choose sardines, mackerel, or herring. Affordable and high in omega-3. Oysters, rich in zinc, B12, and omega-3. New Zealand green-lipped mussels, anti-inflammatory and joint-friendly. These options are not only safer, but they offer real metabolic benefits for older adults. Scallops are not toxic, but after the age of 60, the body can no longer eliminate excess substances as easily as before. A food that seems light and gentle, if mismatched with your current health, can become an invisible burden accumulating over time. If you have been feeling chronically tired for no clear reason, urinating often, or noticing mild swelling in your feet, it may be time to reconsider your eating habits. I am not asking you to give up everything. I only hope that you better understand your body and choose foods that not only taste good, but are also gentle on the liver, kidneys, and digestive system. 4. Shrimp. Shrimp is a common dish in many family meals, especially in coastal areas or rural regions. Just a few steamed shrimp with a bit of salt and lime can already taste delicious. For many people, shrimp is considered a high-protein, low-fat, easy-to-digest food. It is often added to the diet of older adults. However, the truth about shrimp is not as simple as its light appearance suggests. For people over 60, eating shrimp is not wrong. But if it is eaten the wrong way or the wrong type, it can lead to unwanted reactions, ranging from digestive issues to immune responses. Why is shrimp likely to cause problems in older adults? First, you need to know, shrimp contains a relatively high amount of cholesterol. Just 85 grams of boiled shrimp, a small portion, contains about 180 milligrams of cholesterol. This is roughly the same as in 100 grams of egg yolk. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, older adults should keep their cholesterol intake below 300 milligrams per day, and ideally under 200 milligrams if they have heart disease. That means, with just one shrimp-based meal, you may already consume almost all your daily cholesterol limit. It is quite surprising that many people have eaten shrimp since childhood without issues, but after turning 60, suddenly experience allergic reactions. The reason lies in a specific protein in shrimp, called tropomyosin. This is a structural protein that is hard to digest. It often triggers immune responses in older adults whose ability to recognize and tolerate certain foods has declined. According to a study published in the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology, 2020, 14% of people over 65 developed seafood allergies for the first time in their lives, even though they had no history of allergies before. Reactions may be mild, such as rashes, itching in the mouth, or bloating, but in some cases, symptoms can be more severe, such as abdominal pain, diarrhea, difficulty breathing, or even anaphylaxis if the immune system overreacts. Besides allergies, shrimp contains chitin in its shell, a type of indigestible fiber that may remain even after peeling. This substance cannot be broken down by the human body and is especially problematic for those with weak digestion, constipation, colitis, or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. The result may include bloating, abdominal discomfort, irregular bowel movements, or, in more serious cases, mild inflammation of the intestinal lining, causing poor digestion, loss of appetite, or gradual weight loss. Another major issue is that most shrimp on the market today are farm-raised. In many shrimp farms, antibiotics, disinfectants, or growth enhancers are used to prevent disease and increase output. Although some antibiotics have been banned, low-cost imported shrimp from Asia or South America may still contain residues. A study published in Food Control, 2022, found 42% of frozen shrimp samples from Southeast Asia contained antibiotic residues, including oxytetracycline and enrofloxacin, both banned in many European and North American countries. For people over 60, these residues may disrupt gut microbiota, leading to digestive disorders and reduced nutrient absorption. Over time, this may also reduce the effectiveness of antibiotics if you are taking them to treat another condition. If you still want to eat shrimp, which types are safer, and how should you eat them? I am not saying that older adults must avoid shrimp entirely, but for safety and better health, you should follow a few simple rules. Safe usage guidelines. Limit shrimp to 1 to 2 meals per week, with no more than 80 to 100 grams per meal, about 5 to 6 medium shrimp. Choose small, wild-caught sea shrimp. Avoid large shrimp or low-cost frozen shrimp with unclear origins. Always clean thoroughly. Remove the shell and the black vein along the back. Steam or boil lightly with ginger. Do not deep fry or cook with rich sauces. Eat with boiled vegetables or thin rice porridge to reduce strain on the liver and intestines. Better alternatives. If you need more protein but want something gentle on the liver, heart, and gut, consider salmon, high in omega-3, low in cholesterol, easy to digest. Mackerel, sardines, or herring, rich in healthy fats, affordable. New Zealand green-lipped mussels or oysters, tasty, and support joint and immune health. These foods are less likely to cause allergies, contain less cholesterol, and are easy to prepare by steaming or simple grilling. A gentle reminder. After the age of 60, the body can no longer ignore heavy or unclean foods so easily. Shrimp, though small and tidy, can cause prolonged reactions if not eaten properly. If you have ever felt tired after meals, unexplained bloating, digestive or blood pressure issues after eating shrimp, then it may be time to take a break from shrimp for a while and see how your body responds. So now you know 4 types of seafood to limit after the age of 60. Not because they are bad, but because your body now needs gentler nourishment. That does not mean you must give up seafood entirely. There are still options that are light on the stomach, easy to absorb, and have been shown to support joints, heart, digestion, and sleep. Next, I will share 4 gentler types of seafood, along with the right way to use them, so your body can receive the benefits without being overloaded. Let's continue. 1. Sea cucumber. There are some foods that become more valuable as we grow older, not because they are tasty or quick to energize, but because they help your body recover slowly, yet steadily. Sea cucumber is one such food. You may have heard elders refer to it as ginseng of the sea, believing it helps strengthen the tendons and ease fatigue. Today, modern medicine is beginning to show that sea cucumber not only benefits the joints, but may also help soften the skin, support cartilage repair, and improve immunity when used properly. What is sea cucumber, and why should people over 60 care about it? Sea cucumber is a soft-bodied marine animal shaped like a cucumber that lives on the ocean floor. When alive, it is slippery, soft, and covered in mucus. When dried, it becomes firm, tough, and dark brown. In many Asian countries, sea cucumber has long been used in traditional medicine and healing diets. Recently, modern research in Europe has begun to explore sea cucumber as a nutrient-rich food that may support joint health and natural tissue repair. What stands out is that sea cucumber contains many unique bioactive compounds that support the joints, in ways that few other seafoods can. A study published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences, 2021, tested the effects of sea cucumber extract in people with arthritis. After 12 weeks of daily use, the results showed a 35% reduction in joint pain, a 28% improvement in mobility. This was linked to natural chondroitin sulfate, which helps maintain joint fluid and reduces friction between bones. Collagen-like peptides, similar to type 2 collagen, a major component of cartilage and skin, and natural anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce chronic inflammation in the knees, wrists, neck, and shoulders. For people over 60, when cartilage becomes thinner and joint fluid decreases, these nutrients act as a cushion, helping the joints move more smoothly. Specific benefits: sea cucumber does not just reduce pain, it also brings improvements that you can feel in daily life. Less pain in knees, hips, and neck. You may notice it when climbing stairs, turning in bed, or waking up without dull aches. Supports cartilage repair. Cartilage has no blood supply. It cannot heal without the right nutrients. Sea cucumber provides amino acids, collagen, and glycosaminoglycans, all needed to build new cartilage. Softens dry or cracked skin. The collagen-like peptides also help rebuild the skin's outer layer, especially on hands and feet, which often become dry in older adults. Improves muscle endurance and reduces fatigue. Some studies show that sea cucumber may support muscle recovery after light activity. Ideal for those who often feel weak or tired. How to use it to gain benefits without discomfort. Dried sea cucumber is usually tough and chewy. It must be soaked and cooked properly to absorb well and avoid bloating. Usage instructions. Choose clean, chemical-free dried sea cucumber with a mild smell. Soak in cold water for 12 to 24 hours, changing water 2 to 3 times. Boil briefly for 3 to 5 minutes, then cut into small pieces. Simple ways to prepare. Cook congee with sea cucumber, rice, sliced ginger, and mushrooms, or make a broth with red beans, lotus root, and shiitake, or stir-fry with courgettes or green beans, but avoid heavy oil or sauces. Recommended amount: eat 30 to 50 grams of rehydrated sea cucumber each time. Use only 1 to 2 times per week, as it is rich in nutrients. Best timing: eat at lunch or early dinner, not on an empty stomach. Avoid if you feel bloated, or after taking stomach medication. Who should avoid sea cucumber, and what to watch for? Though it is nutritious, sea cucumber is not suitable for everyone. Some people should consult a doctor before using it. Those who are taking blood thinners, as sea cucumber may affect clotting. Experiencing active gastric ulcers, prone to low blood pressure or dizziness after eating. Undergoing chemotherapy or radiotherapy. Interactions are not well studied. Also remember, sea cucumber is not medicine. It cannot replace arthritis treatments. It is only a supportive food, a kind of nutritional booster to help your body heal more steadily over time. A gentle reminder: after the age of 60, every stable step, every painless movement is something to treasure. If you are looking for a food that is light, nourishing, and supportive for your joints and skin, sea cucumber is worth considering. You do not need to eat much, just 1 to 2 meals per week. Slowly cooked with a little ginger, mushroom, or beans can help care for your joints and skin in a sustainable, natural way without side effects. 2. Green-lipped mussel. After the age of 60, even simple movements, such as turning in bed, climbing stairs, or standing up, may become more difficult. You may start to notice creaking knees, lower back discomfort, or stiffness in the hips when moving. When people think of foods that support joint health, many immediately think of fish oil, but few know that the green-lipped mussel, a type of shellfish, contains a unique form of omega-3 that may be even more effective than fish oil in supporting joint inflammation. What is the green-lipped mussel, and why should people over 60 care? The green-lipped mussel is a species native to the clean coastal waters around New Zealand's South Island. Its shell has a pale green edge, hence the name. Unlike ordinary mussels, green-lipped mussels live in mineral-rich, low-pollution waters and are tightly monitored. They are less likely to accumulate heavy metals compared to other seafood. Even more importantly, the nutritional profile of green-lipped mussels is particularly valuable for older adults. A study published in Nutrients, 2020, tested the effects of green-lipped mussel extract in adults aged 55 to 75 with mild to moderate joint inflammation. After 12 weeks of use, results showed a 42% reduction in average joint pain, a 35% improvement in mobility, especially in the knees, hips, and lower back. This is due to a special omega-3 compound found in green-lipped mussels, ETA eicosapentaenoic acid. Unlike the EPA and DHA found in ordinary fish oil, ETA has the ability to inhibit the enzyme 5-lipoxygenase, which is involved in joint inflammation, reduce the production of leukotrienes, inflammatory chemicals that cause pain and swelling. This means green-lipped mussels do more than provide general nutrition. They have a measurable biological effect that may soothe inflammation and improve movement. Key benefits, not just for joints, but also for the heart, thyroid, and energy. Besides omega-3s, green-lipped mussels are a natural source of several essential minerals that older adults often lack. Zinc supports immunity, helps repair cartilage, and improves appetite. Iron improves circulation and reduces fatigue. Iodine supports proper thyroid function, helping to prevent mild hypothyroidism or goiter. Many people over 60 feel tired, cold, or mentally foggy despite eating normally. This may be due to silent micronutrient deficiencies. Green-lipped mussels provide these nutrients in highly absorbable forms, helping to support overall health. How to use? Simple, but needs proper preparation. Green-lipped mussels, whether fresh or frozen, can be prepared easily at home. Suggested usage: eat 5 to 8 mussels per serving, about 100 grams of mussel meat. Steam lightly with ginger, lemongrass, or a little white wine to reduce odor. Serve with boiled vegetables or a light soup. Avoid cream sauces, butter, or greasy dishes. 1 to 2 times per week is enough to support joint health and immunity. Best time to eat: at lunch or early dinner. Avoid eating on an empty stomach. Pair with a main meal to support digestion. Who should be cautious? Though gentler than many types of seafood, green-lipped mussels are still mollusks. People with a history of shellfish allergy should be cautious. If you have experienced hives or rashes after eating seafood, are having an active gout flare-up, or have been diagnosed with high uric acid levels, start with a very small amount and observe for 24 hours. If no reaction occurs, gradually increase to the recommended serving. Compared to fish oil, why are green-lipped mussels preferred? You might ask, if I already take fish oil, do I still need green-lipped mussels? The answer is, fish oil provides general omega-3s, EPA and DHA, which support heart and brain health. But green-lipped mussels contain ETA, a rare omega-3 that is particularly effective at reducing inflammation and supporting joints. In addition, green-lipped mussels provide zinc, iron, and iodine, nutrients not found in typical fish oil capsules. A gentle conclusion: for older adults, few things matter more than having a light, pain-free body, flexible legs, and restful sleep. Green-lipped mussels are not a miracle cure, nor a replacement for joint medication. But when combined properly, eaten in moderation with good rest, each mussel can be a small nutritional dose that helps the body recover naturally. You do not need to eat a lot. Just one mussel meal a week, simply steamed, served with vegetables, may be enough to care for your joints and gently strengthen your immune system each day. 3. Oysters. If there is one type of seafood that is small, rich in nutrients, and suitable for those over 60, oysters are a noteworthy candidate. You do not need to eat many. Just 1 or 2 oysters per meal can provide the same amount of trace minerals as some multivitamin supplements. And the good news is, your body tends to absorb nutrients better from natural foods than from synthetic supplements. What is special about oysters? Oysters are shellfish that live in brackish waters. They are often farmed in clean coastal lagoons or estuaries. They are not only a tasty dish, but also a concentrated source of minerals and vitamins, especially beneficial for older adults. Just 2 medium-sized oysters, around 50 to 60 grams of meat, provide 100% of your daily zinc requirement, nearly 200% of vitamin B12, a large amount of selenium, copper, iron, and other trace elements. All of these nutrients play essential roles in regenerating skin, nails, and hair, maintaining energy and alertness, boosting immunity, reducing inflammation, and protecting nerve cells. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2020, followed a group of adults aged 60 to 80 in Europe. It found that up to 40% of older people were deficient in zinc. Most were unaware, as the symptoms were often vague, such as reduced appetite, mild loss of taste, frequent colds or sore throats, slow wound healing, hair loss, or brittle nails. Prolonged zinc deficiency also reduces the effectiveness of vaccines and medications. It makes the immune system slower to respond to new bacteria or viruses. That is why supplementing zinc properly after the age of 60 helps prevent not just colds, but also skin infections, pneumonia, urinary tract infections, and other common illnesses. Comprehensive benefits, not just for immunity, but also for skin and brain function. 1. Internal skin support. Zinc and copper in oysters help the body produce natural collagen, making the skin softer and less wrinkled, especially on the hands, neck, and around the eyes. Selenium is a powerful antioxidant. It reduces cell damage and supports skin and soft tissue renewal. 2. More energy and better memory. Oysters are rich in vitamin B12, essential for energy metabolism and brain function. B12 deficiency is a common cause of insomnia, forgetfulness, mood changes, and mild depression in older adults. 3. Thyroid and vitality support. Oysters contain iodine and selenium, 2 key elements for stable thyroid function. They help balance hormones, improve sleep, and increase cold tolerance. How to use: nutritious, simple, and easy to digest. Suggestions for use. Consume 2 to 4 medium oysters at a time, around 60 to 100 grams of oyster meat. Prefer fresh, steamed, or lightly grilled oysters. Raw oysters are fine if the source is clean and your digestion is strong. Serve with lemon juice, garlic, or fresh ginger to reduce odor and support digestion. Avoid the following: deep frying or cooking with butter or cream sauces. These make oysters harder to digest and reduce their nutrients. Using too much salt or strong dipping sauces, these may affect blood pressure. Best time to eat: at lunch or early dinner. Avoid eating too close to bedtime, especially if your digestion is weak. Who should be cautious? Although oysters are nutritious, they are bottom-dwelling shellfish, and may contain bacteria if not properly stored. You should avoid eating raw oysters if you are being treated for liver disease, such as hepatitis or cirrhosis. Have a weakened immune system due to immunosuppressive drugs, chemotherapy, etc. Have had diarrhea after eating raw seafood in the past. Instead, you can lightly steam or grill oysters. This keeps most of the nutrients while reducing the risk. How do oysters compare to supplements? Many older adults take zinc, vitamin B12, or iron tablets every day. However, studies show that the body absorbs nutrients more efficiently from natural foods due to the balanced combination of substances. In oysters, zinc comes with copper, helping absorption and balance. Vitamin B12 is already in its active form, requiring minimal conversion. Selenium is paired with iodine, supporting thyroid and mood stability. Therefore, oysters are not just food. They are a natural multivitamin pack, easy to digest, easy to use, and well absorbed by the body. A gentle reminder. There are days when you simply do not want to take another pill, but if you choose the right foods, nutritious, light, and restorative, then each meal becomes an act of healing. Oysters, small in size but rich in micronutrients, are one of those foods. Just 2 to 4 oysters per week, steamed or eaten with ginger, can help you care for your skin, boost your immunity, and keep your mind clear. 4. Irish sea moss. After the age of 60, the body no longer recovers as quickly as it once did. Just a few nights of poor sleep or a week of irregular eating can cause noticeable changes. Joints become stiff, skin looks dull, digestion feels heavy, and memory becomes less sharp. At such times, some people turn to multivitamin supplements. Others choose to eat more vegetables. But there is a gentle, natural option that many people are not yet aware of. It is Irish sea moss. What is sea moss, and why is it becoming popular for older adults? Sea moss is a type of seaweed that grows in cold waters along the coasts of Ireland, Scotland, and parts of the North Atlantic. It is pale yellow and thread-like. When soaked in water, it expands and becomes soft and slippery. In traditional Irish medicine, sea moss was once used to soothe the stomach after inflammation or indigestion, support the body's recovery after illness, soften dry and cracked skin. Today, modern research has confirmed that sea moss contains a rich supply of trace minerals and compounds that support natural collagen. This is especially useful after the age of 60, when many body systems begin to weaken at the same time. A study published in the journal Marine Drugs, 2022, followed people aged 55 and older for 8 weeks. After using sea moss regularly, the results showed joint flexibility improved by 37%, especially in the knees, wrists, and spine. Dry skin reduced by 29%. Skin became softer and less flaky. Bloating, constipation, and mild stomach inflammation were noticeably reduced. The main reasons for these benefits were vitamin C and proline, which help the body produce collagen; mucilage, a natural gel that protects the lining of the stomach and intestines; over 90 trace minerals, including zinc, magnesium, iron, potassium, selenium, and iodine, all in forms that are easy to absorb. Multi-system support, true recovery from within. 1. Healthier joints and cartilage support. When collagen levels drop, the cartilage in joints loses its elasticity. Sea moss provides the raw materials the body needs to rebuild collagen, helping to reduce stiffness, swelling, and discomfort. 2. Softer skin and stronger nails and hair. For people over 60, dry skin is common, especially on the hands, lower legs, and neck. Sea moss helps hydrate the skin from within. It supports the outer layer of the skin in holding moisture and regenerating properly. 3. Improved digestion. The mucilage in sea moss acts like a natural gel that lines the digestive tract. It helps reduce irritation, supports smoother digestion, and is especially helpful for people who often feel bloated or suffer from chronic constipation. 4. Stronger immunity and better resilience. Minerals like zinc, iron, and selenium help activate the immune system. Natural iodine supports healthy thyroid function, which helps regulate body temperature and alertness. How to use, simple and time-saving, to prepare sea moss gel. Choose pure, unprocessed dried sea moss. Rinse thoroughly 2 to 3 times in clean water. Soak in cold water for 12 to 24 hours. Do not use hot water. Once the sea moss is soft and expanded, blend it with a small amount of water into a smooth, light gel. How to use? Each morning, take 1 to 2 teaspoons of sea moss gel. You can mix it into warm water, herbal tea, thin porridge, vegetable soup, or a light smoothie. Do not boil sea moss. High heat destroys the beneficial mucilage and reduces the mineral activity. Important notes. Although sea moss is gentle, not everyone should use it in large amounts, especially those with thyroid conditions. You should avoid sea moss if you are taking medication for hyperthyroidism or thyroid nodules, have a history of excess iodine or thyroid hormone imbalance, are already using several supplements that contain iodine or selenium. If you have never used sea moss before, start with a low dose. Half a teaspoon per day for the first 3 to 5 days. If your body responds well, you may increase to 1 to 2 teaspoons. Why is sea moss worth considering after 60? Unlike multivitamin tablets, sea moss is a natural food. It is absorbed slowly and gently, without causing digestive shock or bloating. Fiber, minerals, and collagen precursors all come from one source, which you can easily include in your daily breakfast. Sea moss is not a medicine, but when used correctly and consistently, it may soften the skin and ease the joints, support smoother digestion, and reduce feelings of tiredness and aches in a natural way, without pills. A gentle closing thought. At this age, we do not need expensive treatments. All we need is something small, safe, and easy to use each day. Then the body will begin to restore itself. Irish sea moss, though it may look simple, is one of the best foods to nourish the body from within after the age of 60. 1 spoonful each morning is a quiet reminder that you are giving your body something kind and enough. These are the 4 types of seafood you should avoid, and 4 others that are truly worth adding once you are over the age of 60. Each dish, even if it is only a small part of your meal, can contribute to changes throughout your whole body. Those changes may be positive, or they may gradually worsen, quietly, without us noticing. Shrimp, squid, and imitation crab may look light and neat, but they can raise cholesterol, disrupt blood sugar, or damage the joints if eaten frequently. This is especially true when the body has already begun to slow down. The liver, kidneys, and joints all need support, not added strain. On the other hand, sea cucumber, green-lipped mussels, oysters, and Irish sea moss are less commonly used. But they are rich in nutrients that support tissue repair, improve memory, strengthen immunity, and aid digestion. One small step. You can begin today. Open your freezer and review the types of seafood you have at home. Remove 1 or 2 items that are no longer suitable for your body after the age of 60. Add 1 new item. For example, a few steamed oysters with boiled vegetables, a teaspoon of sea moss gel mixed with warm water in the morning, or some lightly steamed green-lipped mussels for your weekend lunch. You do not need to change your entire diet. Just 1 gentle choice, done regularly, and in moderation, your body will slowly begin to recover in its own quiet way. Less knee fatigue, deeper sleep, softer skin, sharper memory. If you found this video helpful, please click like so YouTube can recommend more health content for people over 60. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our weekly videos. And if someone comes to mind, a loved one, a partner, or even your future self, share this video with them. Because good health does not come from big promises. It begins with small, kind choices, repeated each day.